9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and go. Alright, we're going to switch it up. We're going to start at the house. $1. I have theories. I have ideas and notions and such. Basically, if I find the flute in here, it is great to take that off to the town, so you save and quit and go to the sanctuary. If you find a sword in here, go do Hyrule Castle. There's 6 items in it. $20. Dang it. I got hit. $50. Alright. Sure. Yeah, we'll grab those arrows. Why not? And hey, since I killed somebody, I'm going to step out here and I'm gonna yank this tree. What's tier 1 tree pull? It's bombs. Perfect. Save and quit. Alright, we're gonna go to the sanctuary, I guess. The map. Oh, God. Alright, finding the map there means that the actual escape is loaded with items. Good to know. I was watching somebody else's playthrough of this, not this seed in particular, but another seed earlier. DDR Kirby. They're very good at this. Very good at this. They get good times, but I'm just over here like, I would hate to have to do this fight the way that you're subjecting yourself to it. No, thank you. Heart. Okay. We'll grab more bombs, because we'll use more bombs. Anyway, they went through the entire game with just the fighter's sword. And then the last chest in the Ganon's Tower had the Master Sword upgrade. And I'm just like, I could never... Oh, dear God. I'm like, I could never bank on finding a sword in Ganon's Tower and just going through there with just the Master Sword. Or just the fighter's sword. Not even the Master Sword. Like, you literally cannot beat the game without the Master Sword. So they were taking some chances. Oh, look, a glove. Yeah, because, like... Well, they did have the hammer to do some decent damage to enemies, but, like... Yeah, it was rough. Like, with... And Master Sword, when you're fighting Ganon with just a regular old Master Sword, he doesn't take damage from just a sword swing. You need to do a spin attack to hurt him at all. And then it takes literally like 28 spin attacks in his final phase to actually kill him. It's like, that's too much of a pain. No thank you. Something like that. It's some absurd number. Because, like, it is not an ideal sword for that, and honestly, when they were designing the game, they didn't intend for you to kill him with the Master Sword anyway. Ooh, Fire Rod. Okay, well, we have a fire source now. And yeah, well, this is the thing, is they're very interested in getting good times. And so they were like, I'm going to skip everything that feels like it might take me out of my way. And one of the things that they skipped that felt like it might take them out of their way was Mimic Cave. And Mimic Cave is literally on the way to Turtle Rock. It's just like a small excursion. Like, you pop out onto the ledge for that one section of Turtle Rock where you need to go outside to get to the next area, and you use the mirror there. That's it. Mimic Cave is right there. And there was apparently a sword in it. So they could have had a sword. The whole... Well, not the whole time, but, like, Before going into Ganon's tower, they could have had a sword. Bottle guy, what do you got for me? A shield? Okay. That didn't work at all. The Belmonts will be hungry. Ah, it's stuck. Okay, let's check down here. The book! Oh, interesting. I don't dislike finding the book. I do dislike finding 20 bucks. Oh, where's my weapons? Probably, I mean, I do have some weaponry. It's just not ideal. With no sword, I'm not running through those bushes, so I'm just going to go up the stairs. And 10 arrows. I don't care about picking up 10 arrows. They're pointy, but not in a way I can use. Yeah, let's preview this. What's the reward for the race? 10 arrows. Okay. South Shore checks it is. You know what? No. South Shore checks it ain't. I'm gonna check back of escape first. There's 3 items down here, although one of them might be a key. Heart piece, 50 bucks, blue mail. Okay, I think that means Dark Cross has to be a small key. Possibly not. We'll find out. Also, I'm going back to Sanctuary for one important thing. We're going to visit the Houlihan room so I have enough money to go do Zora stuff. Excuse me. You know what? What's stun prize? 20 bucks. Respectable. Okay, reset the camera by entering that room. Jump into the water. Technically you only need 3, but I like to do 4 just to be safe. Then we jump into this pit. And now we have enough money for the rest of the game. And we're right where we need to be. You know what I haven't done? Map check. Oh god. Okay. I didn't need that Houlihan room after all. Whatever, more rupees is more rupees. So, the only crystal in the light world is over at Eastern, which I cannot do because I don't have a bow. And without any sort of melee weapon, it's also kind of iffy whether you want to do it or not. 100 bucks. Okay, sure, let's grab it. I can sort of do Desert Palace, sort of. I would need magic. Also, I can totally get magic just because, like, bonk. Just because I have so much money. Oh, look at that. You're gonna give me magic too? No. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I could spend money at the potion shop and buy a green potion. God damn, so much money. I really didn't need that Houlihan room. Well, there's my ability to get into the Dark World. Just not my ability to function in the Dark World. Need that Moon Pearl. But that does mean I can also go do King's Tomb anytime. Ow. Yeah, I was about to switch to the bombs early, but I definitely want the ability to stun enemies up here. Because despite the fact that I have blue armor, these crabs still do a lot of damage. Alright, Ice Rod Cave, you have 20 bucks. Alright. We'll store our water walk. And we'll run around. Because I don't have a sword yet, I can actually set up my fake flippers very, very easily. Like that. Alright, let's swim around and see what we got. I like that the ears twitch when you swim. That's a nice touch. Like, technically, the bunny doesn't have swim sprites by default, because he's not supposed to be able to enter the water. Heart piece. Thanks for nothing, mister. Okay. Let's run on out of here and not get hit. And also don't bonk on anything. Let's check the island over here. It's $5. I don't need that. Use the whirlpool to access the cave. Bombs? Bombs! I am tempted to drink my red potion. I'm not gonna, though. If I drink the red potion, I could toss the bottle into the fountain and see what the reward is. But red potion's not bad to have anyway, so I'm keeping it. Okay, the ledge over here has 20 bucks. We don't need that. What does Zora have for me? This is a very money-heavy seed. Okay, nothing useful. Thank you for that, Zora. Alright, let's go check King's Tomb, I guess. God, I paid 500 rupees for the heart piece, and I still have 900. So the fun thing with King's Tomb is the game wants you to bonk. God damn. The game wants you to bonk to open it up. I guess... No, you know what? Yeah, save and quit. Go into the sanctuary. Yeah, the game wants you to bonk on the King's Tomb, the tombstone, in order to open it up. But this is one of the funner, silly little time saves in the game, is if you just hold your sword out, or in the case of not having a sword, just hold your hand out, and then you dash while holding upwards, you just sort of like nudge it gently and it opens up. Right, I'm doing... this. I want magic. Boy, I hope this works. And you know what? While I'm here, I may as well also check the pedestal. Good to know ahead of time. Bonk. I'm trying to minimize bonks this seed. Okay, I will be the first one probably to know. Oh no! There's a bow on the pedestal. That could be bad. I bonked. Oh, my stuff. Okay, the whole reason I'm over here is because this tree should have full magic in it. So that's a bonk. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and with that, we're going to save and quit. Very silly way to do that, but that was the closest full magic I could think of off the top of my head. God, okay. So bow over there. Bow might be required. If we need the bow, then, God. It could be that there's another bow somewhere else. We might be fine. We'll see. We're gonna run up and check Agina. This is a dungeon I can do. God. Sahasrahla also has 3 things in the back of his house. That would have probably been a smarter thing to do than come out here. Bug net. Okay. Well, you know what? There are 2 items in Desert Palace. I can get into and I can technically finish Desert Palace. So, I'm going to do that. I'm also going to check the ledge. What's on the desert ledge? It is bombs. Okay. Oh, not a chance. I don't have a sword. So this is the fun thing. Is I'd always thought before, like, what if the game like required you to do like a bug net aga kill, and then I remembered, oh, wait a minute. You absolutely need a sword in order to gain access to the room that he's in. You know what? Eat bomb. Yeah, basically, there's curtains in the back of the room, and you need to slash them in order to get through to the next room, because that's the only way to open curtains. It's with a sword. That's why it's always so dark in my room. Small key. Okay. What do you say? A dog exists somewhere. There is no dog in A Link to the Past. God, even this is going to be dicey. There's nothing to kill these guys with. Ugh. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be the big key. Now I can use the big key to open the big chest. Which might be the map. If it's the map, I'm annoyed. Because it means that the graboids have my last item in here. And while I can technically go do that... Yeah, okay. While I can technically go do that boss fight, it will be annoying. I'm going to step outside. I'm going to see. I don't remember which pendant this was. If it's green, this might be worth it. It's red! Oh, God. We're making bad decisions tonight. Just the worst. Terrible call, but here we go. A bonk? Yeah, you're supposed to be dead. I'm like, please give me health. Oh boy, I'm out of bombs too. Okay. Well, you know what? I can always grab more bombs out on the ledge. Those exist, sure. It's a little bit rough. Me being here like this may be a little bit of an unforced error, as they say. But, you know. I didn't even remember the back of Aga's closet, so this is 100% something I probably could have avoided. But here we are. I need to not miss at all, basically. Nope. Okay. I think I have enough for 2 shots. Hello, Tona. Oh my god. All of my magic. 10 arrows. No. Well, you know what? If, this is a big if I need the bow in order to, from the pedestal, in order to do anything, then that's not a bad thing to have just done. That's a big if. Bombs, give me those. Okay. We're gonna save and quit. Jesus. We're gonna go to my house and we're gonna, I guess, go check Sahasrah's closet. Is there a bomb here? No. Okay. Bow pedestal is painful. And here's the thing, is I also don't think anybody else is gonna know. Because why would you ever check the pedestal that early? Because sometimes you try to make strange plays and hope that they pan out. God, this was a very strange start for me. You know, on the way out, I'll also ask Sahasrah. 10 arrows, the flute, and a sword. Alright. Okay, we have a weapon. Green pendant in Skullwoods. Of course it's Skullwoods. It's one of the quickest dungeons in the game, and also I already have the fire rod. Really? Okay. Better an orthodox start than being orthodox. Tona, that doesn't... I don't... That's not a thing. That hasn't been a thing since, like, 600 AD. When was the schism? Oh, yeah, the Council of Nicaea, they got together and they were like, no, Rome is in charge. And the Greek states were like, no, they're not. What are you talking about? And they didn't like each other ever since. Things were exacerbated by, I want to say the Third Crusade? Because the Crusaders sent in by Rome kind of looted Constantinople. Oops. They were like, it is Istanbul now. It's still wild to me how recent of a thing that is, though. Like, in my head, I'm like, okay, the Ottomans conquered Constantinople in, like, you know, 1480 something? I want to say? And so I'm like, okay, and then they renamed it. No, they took over the city in 1480 something. And, well, here's the thing, is the Ottomans never renamed it. God, I'm gonna go all the way over here. Yeah, the Ottoman Empire broke up after the First World War because the Allied powers were like, hey, we're punishing the Central Powers, so get ready to lose all your territory, man. And that's how the British were allowed to draw all of the borders in the Middle East. And nothing ever went wrong. Where? There we go. Yeah, literally it. That was just, that's the situation, was they were like, yeah, we're gonna just draw all these straight lines over here, and we're gonna split up the territory amongst the bunch of us, and it'll be a good time. It was not a good time. It was bad time, in fact. Compass. Oh, I hate it. I knew it was probable, and I still did it anyway. Okay, well, I can't do the rest of the dungeon because it requires a bow. So we're gonna save and quit, I guess. I'm gonna go to the town, I'm gonna activate my flute. I'm gonna go to the wrong starting point. But yeah, no, it was Constantinople up until the 1930s. Which feels entirely too recent for that to be a thing. Like, I'm 90% sure it's possible that people who wrote the song Istanbul, not Constantinople, could have been alive at the time when the name was changed. They would have been children, but possible. Fun fact, that is not an original They Might Be Giants song. They covered it. It's a song from the 50s. Sometimes you have to know these things. Yeah, I sent it to you before. I was like, it blew my mind when I found out this fact. But yeah, no, it was like they... So it was a very prestigious city, basically. So holding on to it was like a big deal to the Ottomans. They're like, oh yeah, we have this now. It's like one of the most important cities for the religion that we are constantly at war with. So that's cool. Like, they may as well have taken Rome with how important Constantinople was. And then it stayed that way for, you know, 500 years. And then Ataturk was like, that's great, but I want to make it something Turkish. You know, for the whole national identity thing. What do you got, old man? Oh, a heart. Okay. Sky cabbage. I knew that wasn't going to work. Okay. There's two things I can check up here. And I can only really reach one of them, because I don't have the mirror. So let's find out what's inside of Spectacle Rock. On top is just 20 bucks. That's very whatever. Inside is 20 bucks. What the... Okay. Alright. So what this means is I'm going to Hyrule Castle. What I said from the start, that, like, going to Hyrule Castle is, like, a very viable thing because there's so many items. Turns out that's required. Let's find out what our progress items are. Yeah, it is funny, though, because, like... Yeah, Constantinople stopped being Constantinople in the 30s. And that's also around the same time that Iran stopped being referred to as Persia. They just went about enforcing it in completely different ways. No! Like, Persia is the way that the Greeks referred to them. They were always Iran to themselves. So that's, you know, number one right there. And so what they said was, in the 30s, they were like, you know, we're getting a little tired of this. That's not our name. Please stop that. So here's the thing. Depending, because there's, like, many communities, like, yeah. Like, there's, like, the God, what's, ooh, Moon Pearl. Okay, well, that's our progress right there. God, I can't remember. There's the community that Freddie Mercury was part of. That's like Iranian expats living in India, basically. I don't remember what they're called now. But yeah, Iran is very populist nation. Many different groups. And I'm sure some of them don't speak Farsi, and so they don't use the same, you know, terminology. $20. Okay, well, our progress was the Moon Pearl. So we're going to go to the Dark World now. And the only place we can accurately go to the Dark World is the town. So we're going to use the flute and go to town. But yeah, basically Iran just said, any mail that comes in that is addressed to Persia, getting returned to sender. And that did the trick. Okay, we have Fighter's Sword. The hint tile told us, well, Sahasrahla told us the green pendant is up in Skullwoods. There's only 2 items in Skullwoods, so I'm not inclined to run in there right away. Let's look around and see what else we can find first. Trash, okay. Though it's not a bad idea to do Skullwoods, if only because we have the ability to do it. I also have the ability to do that dungeon, so I will look into that one as well. After I check these chests. Because a little bit of health for this dungeon is useful. Because the enemies in it hit like a truck. I don't want to be hit by a truck. There's the mirror. That's a very useful items to have. Okay, now that we have Dark World access, we have the mirror. Okay, well, you know what? While we're here, let's grab the smith and start the smith chain. Just because I'm right here. I don't have the hammer, so some of this is unnecessary. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for the red cane and the mushroom, because I know I'm not going to get the powder. So if I need to do magic bat... One arrow. Oh, you stingy blacksmiths. Okay. I saved him from another dimension, and all he's giving me is a single pointy stick. It's a stick, he's a blacksmith. It's not even the thing that he's known for. Alright, that's one item, that's $1. There's 4 items in this dungeon. We will try to keep track of what we find, because one item in here I'm not going to be able to collect. 2 items, okay. Yeah, the big chest in this dungeon requires the hammer. And I don't have that. I will be able to get hit by a bunny beam in this dungeon, so I will at least be able to see what the bunny turns into. There's another item. Alright. I know this one's going to be a big key. And then after that, the other checks are a small key. He just turns into a naked bunny. The bunny beam takes his clothes off. Which, I mean, we've all been on the Rule 34, but sure. Flasher indeed. God, Hypna, have you seen horror movie My Bloody Valentine? Is this familiar to you? Does this ring any bells? Okay. So it was filmed here in Nova Scotia. Not in Halifax specifically, it was filmed up in Sydney, but still, in the province. The fella who starred in Scanners was in that too. I believe he was anyway. Somebody from the movie was. And I didn't look up a lot of people in it. Lizards! They do so much damage. It is true. We have a limited acting pool. It's why every cartoon from the 80s and early 90s had the same 5 voice actors. It's why half the cast of SCTV provided voices for the heavy metal movie. I still can't believe the big buff muscular guy in like the second story is John Candy. Alright, let's see what we find in here. You guys get out of my way. The map. Okay. So I'm in this awkward position. There's one more item that I can't get. Or there's one more chest that I can't open, basically. Because it requires a hammer to get to. But it's not guaranteed that it has the last item. The last item might be on the boss, and that big chest might just have the small key to get access to the room, because I don't have that either. We'll find out. Excuse me? I didn't think his pattern was that sensitive. Alright, well, cape saved the day. Don't give me... Okay, no small key. We got the crystal out of here, at least. That's something. We have the cape. We have the mirror. I'm gonna go up north for a minute. I'm gonna check Bumper Ledge and Graveyard Ledge. Because those are things I can get. This is Heart Piece. I don't care. God damn. God! Okay. I am bonking like a mother. Okay. Graveyard Ledge, what do you got for me? I'm gonna grab all those bombs because I'm low on bombs. It's Bombos! Okay, well, that might be useful. Why did I dash? I will say I'm also glad that I'm making like a little bit of progress on getting ahead on the movies, like all those double up weeks that I had. Gonna come in handy. Because there will be a few weeks when I don't know that I will have time to watch a movie and do a response video to it. I will be occupied with beach events. If you know what I mean. Ice Rod! God, I haven't even looked at the map. Is Turtle Rock one of my... Turtle Rock's a crystal. Of course Turtle Rock's a crystal. I knew the only pendant dungeon in the Dark World is, fucking Skullwoods. Alright, we're gonna go collect the purple chest, and then we're gonna go do that stuff. I will be visiting Hype Cave, I will be visiting Cave 45, I will be visiting Stumpy. If I find the shovel, I'll dig too. That was intentional. Using the momentum from the tree spitting a bomb at me to knock me closer to the edge of the screen. Being tactical. You know what? I should check Cave 45 first. Mushroom! Okay. We just need the red cane and I can do fake powder. And yeah, I think this is like... I think I'm officially on week, like, 17. And a bunch of those weeks have also been double ups. So, like, I think I've watched, like, over 20 movies at this point. And that's not counting Fear City, which I watched completely unprompted. It's on the list of things to watch. I've already seen it. Like, I thought that I hadn't put it on the list, and then one day I was just like, you know what, this did look interesting, let's give it a watch. You know, I want to see this thing. And then I watched it, and then when the race came around, I was like, oh, Fear City is on the list of things. Oops. On the off chance that I don't find the Master Sword in Hype Cave, I'm gonna keep, I'm not gonna do Bombo's Tablet yet. I love that this guy sealed over not only the... Ooh, red cane! Thank you! Oh my god. Okay, we can officially do fake powder and see what the magic bat has. I'm also going to check Bombo's tablet while I'm in the area. No better way to do this than that. Are you serious? Yeah, I can't do anything else from here, so yeah, this is what we gotta do. I'll do this. I'll just find out what's on here because I can't actually do anything with this. Just Coach Cash, move around. Okay. Like with no hammer, I can't access to the rest of the Dark World. With no flippers, I can't cross the river. So, we're still here. I have the mirror. I can get into Tower of Hera. I will do that after I've done this. This is a stupid errand, but I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, Fear City, I will say, has quite a nice soundtrack. God, speaking of soundtracks, I can't believe that Howard Shore did the soundtrack for Scanners. Absolutely ridiculous. But it turns out they just know each other, so, you know. Alright, I gotta use all my magic. Cape. Okay. Fake powder, go! Oh, okay. I was hoping for something huge. Yes, by having no magic and trying to use the red cane, the game is like, well, you've tried to use this thing. And then by switching to the mushroom while it's still thinking about it, you make the game think, well, the mushroom doesn't take magic. Why are we checking for magic? And then it thinks, oh, right, because something in the mushroom slot uses magic. It's the powder. And so it activates the powder. The game is easily confused. Huge! Oh my god. Okay. This was intentional. I want my magic back now, so I'm going to buy one of these. I'm going to drink it immediately. And then I'll buy a blue potion for good measure. God, we have the hammer. We can do things. This is a moment where the YouTubers say, let's go. Let's go up the mountain. Specifically. Yeah, we have access to East Death Mountain by way of Tower of Hera and the bridge with the hammer peg on it. So we're suddenly in decent shape from finding that one thing. Christ. And I'm also going to have a look at what's on the ether tablet. Money! Okay. One of these days, something useful will be on one of those tablets. Now, unfortunately... Oh, this is a pendant dungeon. You know what? I might need the pendant dungeons. I'm just putting that out there. It actually seems a little bit likely now that I've seen that the bow is on the pedestal. Half magic. Oh my god, what a find. Okay, so we don't have the hook shot, so I need to actually climb this tower the legit way. It's fine, we have the hammer, I can hit things with a hammer. Hopefully we don't find a small key along the way. A small key is used to access the basement in this dungeon, and nothing else. If I don't find a small key, it means the small key is in the basement, and I never need to go there. I know that you can do a bomb jump to clear the gap to get to the big chest. This is just safer. Compass. Okay. Either the boss has our last item or the boss has our key. Either way, there's one more item in this dungeon, and I'm gonna get it. Because I don't trust, like, my complete lack of things right now. Alright. So Moldorm here, normally you're supposed to fight him with the sword. He takes a bunch of hits. But if you fight him with the hammer, it's fine. He only takes 3. It's just the hammer has a much smaller swing radius. No! Oh. Son of a butt. Okay. You know what? By doing the dungeons for the pendants in this order, I'm actually... I think it's a good move. It's a good move, I think. You know what? I don't care enough about the last item in Hera. At this point, I think I am sunk cost enough on the bow on pedestal that I'm gonna actually do it. And what's up here? Out of my way, out of my way, $5. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go do Skull Woods and then get the pedestal, the bow. It might not be a ped seed, but by playing it like it is, I'll have access to a bow, probably sooner than some people would have otherwise. That's assuming it's not actually a ped seed. It might be a ped seed. Ugh! Ran right into it. Master Sword. Arrows. Okay. I like finding the Master Sword there, because it means I'll be able to use sword beams on the crystal switch in the next room. Okay, fire shield, shovel, bee in a bottle? How good's that be? We don't know. Heart and heart. How good's that be? Normal bee. I release you, bee. You can now be free. Okay, we're gonna set up the bomb jump here. I don't like my placement, but I have already committed. It worked. Okay. It shows what I know. Okay. Alright, and while we're here, let's also scope out Turtle Rock. I don't have any medallions, so I can't open the dungeon, but I can get into the Dark World up here and open up the portal. Because I got this handy-dandy hammer from the mushroom turn-in. Thank God I got the red cane at the same time as the other thing. Oh, I do have a pendant, a medallion. It's not the right one, but I do have one. I can also check Super Bunny Cave. And I can check the first chest in Hookshot Cave. And I can do Spike Cave. I have Blue Potion, I have the cape, I can do Spike Cave. I have a lot of health. The Hookshot! I can check everything in Hookshot Cave. We love that. Okay. Bonk. Okay, heart piece. $50. The mirror shield. Honestly, huge when I get around to doing Turtle Rock. And bombs. The old classic. Okay, so just having the regular Master Sword, I can't fight these Lionels. I can dodge them, though. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a Lionel. That's how that goes, right? God, I can't believe he was in one of the movies we watched. So weird to think. I'm gonna take some damage. Because I'd much rather spend hearts than I would like to spend magic. Okay. $50. Whatever, it's out of the way. Yeah, fucking Rip Torn, our, secondary protagonist in The Man Who Fell to Earth, which was a bizarre film. Good, but weird. I find myself saying that about a lot of these movies. Yeah! I don't even know what the Linguini incident is about, but, like, it's David Bowie. Should be good. Okay, well, nothing useful there. So what we're gonna do now is Skullwoods. God, I shouldn't do Skullwoods. Oh, I shouldn't do Skullwoods. I'm gonna do Skullwoods. I should use the other path if I'm gonna do Skullwoods. What am I doing? We're gonna do Skullwoods, and then immediately get the bow from the pedestal. I hope I have not misread the situation, because, like, a hint for the bow could also easily be a hint for the arrows, I wonder. So, like, if I have done all of this, and my reward is, like, 10 arrows, I will be like, no! But usually they call that the vampire skewers or something like that, and not, like, you spect for archery. Map. Okay. I want the mirror to go out so I can jump in a hole. You know what? I should do this from the back. This dungeon is best done from the rear. Though I am gonna grab this chest here. No full magic. I kind of want that. I used a tiny bit for this room here. Alright, we'll run across here. We will grab the small key. And we will prepare ourselves to light the thing on fire. I'm going to grab the chest from down there before I progress. Is it this way? No. I always question myself on that. No, after you, Energy Ball, I insist. Small key. Probably not useful, but I got it anyway. I always find myself having extra small keys in this dungeon. Like, there is straight up just an extra small key for no real reason in this place. I got half magic. Suck my fire rod, mummies. The Aga situation I mentioned earlier where you need to slash the curtain also happens in that room there. If you don't have a sword, you can't even get access to the moth. Alright, we're doing this. How many hits are you gonna take? There, okay. Straightforward moth fight. There's an item and we got the green pendant. Okay. And now, when I step out of the dungeon, I will be able to use the mirror to go directly to the pedestal. Then we'll have our bow. So many dungeons in this game are bow locked. Give me. We almost never get to see this. Okay. I'm hoping that the early investment in checking the pedestal pays off for me. It's such a weird step to take. So I think I only got one item from this dungeon so far, so I'm gonna keep checking things. I did a bad job of counting. That's fine. We still have a key, don't we? No, we don't. Okay, I'm jumping in a hole then. Right, I used my extra key. I'm gonna go up here to this room. Grab something. Ow. 20 bucks. Okay, well that's definitely 2 items. We're done in this dungeon. What are you? Yeah, there's our big key. Which means... this chest in here is a small key. Ow. Yeah, that chest is a small key. Ow. Ooh. And the big chest is also a small key. So I'm not even going to bother with that. So we have done the dungeon. It is dungeon. Okay, well, with bow well in hand, we can go clear Pod and Eastern. They're both crystals. I don't have a lamp. Oh. Well, Pod will suck. Eastern is completely doable. I'll see what Sahasrahla has first, just in case he's giving out lamps. And by first, I mean I'll use the mirror to teleport to him on the way. Swear to God, if Mire Shed area has, like, any of the shit that I need, and I could have just gone there for a first bow, I will be like, oops. The pedestal get was, it turns out, maybe not, you know, it could be a bad move. It could have been a bad move. I don't know. It's possible. We'll find out when we get there. Alright, Sahashalor, what do you got for me? Heart piece. Well, it fills up my health at least, so there's that. Okay, let's collect a monkey. Let's not get hit by things along the way. I really, really want this to be a pedestal seed, and for our bow to be bow locked. I think that would be funny. If only because I predicted it ahead of time and went and did the thing. Small key. Which means we are going down the middle. We will check this chest first. Also toss a bomb over there. Compass! Worthless. Okay, we'll jump down this hole. Big key! Alright. This is being a finicky dungeon, but sure. Should be able to dash. Yeah. When I was practicing earlier, that didn't line up at all for some reason. Small key. Alright. That's not right. No, that's right. Okay. We have small key now. Spare small key. I'm gonna go check the, platform over here. I probably shouldn't be checking this. It's almost never an item. But, yeah, I'm in the area. And I have not been counting again. It was a small key. That's why we don't usually want to get that if we don't need to. Spending a small key to get a small key, it really doesn't get you any progress. It's fine! God, Tona, are you still lurking? If you're not, yeah, okay. Alright. Did you ever watch Samurai Pizza Cats? Small key. Okay. Okay. But you did as an adult. Okay. The guy who voiced the Big Cheese, who obviously the localizers thought was a rat, he was in Scanners. The guy who voiced him. We were watching this movie last night. Scanners. Famous head exploding scene. Psychic powers. Michael Ironside. Good times. And there's just... I was watching the credits. And I recognized a name. I'm like, why do I know the name Dean Hagopian? The reason I knew the name Dean Hagopian was because I had been looking up the names of the people who did voice work for the Pizza Cats to see if they were attached to the game. Because there's a game coming out. And sure enough, they got the original voice actors back. Okay, I will say they got the original voice actors back with one exception. Yeah, the guy who voiced Guru Lu did not survive. God, I always hate this room in the dark. But I gotta do it. Okay, that's where I put a bomb. Oh... God damn it, heart piece. Okay. God, yeah. We don't want you addicted to media, and then, like, you know, all this time later, and it's like... You really can't avoid being surrounded by media all the time, so, like, you know... Your efforts were in vain. We are just inundated 24/7. I want these hearts. Okay, we're gonna have to do a couple of dark rooms, which is going to suck. How are you not dead? Yeah, it is funny. If you watched TV, like Canadian TV back in the 90s, you would recognize on sight the guy who voiced Guru Lu most likely. Like, I remember looking him up and I'm like, oh, that's a shame. He kind of looks like Bill Murray's brother. And by that I don't mean he looks like Bill Murray, but like, Bill Murray has a brother who also acts in things. Okay. This is going to suck in the dark. That's not all of them. Okay, that's all of them. Can't believe I'm doing this shit in the dark. Okay, let's fight the boss. I hope all of that made sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, mask break. How are you not dead? Okay. There, now he's dead. Okay. What do you got for me, Helmsaur? A lamp? No, it wouldn't be a lamp. It couldn't be a lamp. I had to pass through so many dark rooms to get to this guy. Okay, now we're going to pop out. We're going to do Eastern. Once we're done Eastern, I think I will run over and check the Pyramid Ledge and the Catfish. Maybe on the way buy another potion. I have an empty bottle, why not? Now the good news is we can head straight to the boss, because I've got everything else out of this dungeon. How dare you? It's just so weird when you recognize an actor from something and you're like, oh, that's that guy. Like I did with Dean Hagopian. If you watch the film Airplane very carefully, at one point you might see Mike from Breaking Bad. God, I did not want him to go back to sleep. Yeah, Mike from Breaking Bad was just like... Oh, I mean, Seth MacFarlane is... Okay, controversial opinion. He's actually a pretty good voice actor. That shouldn't be controversial. I mean, we see his range in Family Guy. It's just the jokes aren't necessarily great. Alright, the satisfying spin attack. No! I shot right between them. Oh, I hate this. Alright, give me arrows. Give me all the arrows you've got. Oh! Oh! Yeah, that's a different guy. To be fair, Seth Green was also on Family Guy. And he's also named Seth. He is. Yeah, well, yeah, there's at least 3 of them. 3 comedy Seths. One of them will have to die because, if I recall correctly, the Seth have to follow the rule of 2. I'm a day too early for that joke. But you know, by the time that comes out on Monday, then it will be timely. Yeah! Oh my god, yeah, okay. So, Tona, us as WoW players can absolutely appreciate that fact. Because back in Cataclysm, one of the dungeons, End Time, you fight the leader of the Infinite Dragonflight at the end of it. And he is voiced by the same fucking actor. We're all like, how did you get Michael Douglas for World of Warcraft? Or Martin Sheen, yeah. Why was I thinking Michael Douglas? Yeah. Yeah, he only showed up for the one voice. Wait, I thought that Mr. T was involved in the game earlier than that, because they had the whole Night Elf Mohawk thing. Was that part of the Kata campaign? Oh! It must have been part of the pre-patch event, because I played Kata and I never saw a Mohawk grenade until, like, the anniversary event. Oh! That would also make sense. You know what? I forgot to buy a potion. Whatever, it's fine. I don't need it. I am happy with my decision to pursue the pedestal so far. I guess we're gonna check Myershed area. See what my medallion requirement is. Yeah, I didn't get in Kata until, like, after all that shit had wrapped up. So, like, the impression I had was that the pre-patch event was, like, Doomsayers and Quelling Elementals. Oh, there's Ether. Okay, I can do Turtle Rock now. Because thematically that would make sense with everything going on in Kata, right? Oh, Quake. Quake is Meyer. Okay. That did happen. Okay. I'm glad that that also happened. Like, I knew that some of that stuff had happened, but there was, like, also other things. Bombs. I don't need those. Change my mind. I'm absolutely gonna buy a potion. Because my next stop is Ice Palace. I can't technically swim, but I can totally swim. I don't have flippers, right? No, I don't have flippers. Okay. It's fine. Wah. Like, it would make sense if they did the Echo Isles and Nomer for Kata too, because, like, part of the big thing for Kata was rebooting the world map. So that would absolutely fit in with that. Yeah, everybody likes Vol'jin. Even if he's dead now. Small key. We will, as per usual, be doing this dungeon from behind. Because I have the red cane, I can do this. First try. Bound to happen eventually. God, yeah, we have half magic, we have Bombos, we have a Master Sword, we have Fire Rod. We're set for this dungeon. We just technically shouldn't be allowed to do it because we don't have the flippers. But I don't care about that. I'm doing it anyway. Now, we got the big key, so I am going to do the stuff in this room. Okay. Drop down through the ceiling, and in we go. God, I think we have a cold stone... I think we have a couple of cold stone creameries in Halifax, but I don't know for sure. I might also be thinking of the wrong name. It's like an ice cream... Oh. Cold Stone Creamery is definitely a chain. I think the one I'm thinking of might be called like something Slab. I don't know that they even still exist anymore. They were like... It's vastly overpriced. It's ice cream. Marble Slab, that might be it. Yeah, they had a location up in the Lacewood area of town, and, you know, we went there a couple of times. It was... Business was slow, and it was expensive. So, I didn't become a repeat customer. Plus, it was very out of the way. Get down the stairs. I've not heard of that place, so that's the place you probably... Yeah, that's, You... Get away. That is not a familiar name to me, so I'm definitely sure that that is not a chain. Oh! Somewhat significant culturally, then. See, this is the thing. And I know that, like... Okay, there's a place in town here that boasts the best fish and chips in Canada. And, like, for me, I can't make that judgment. Fortunately, you know, reputable publications have made that judgment for me, so I can repeat what they say. For me, whenever I'm like, this has the best of the thing, I just have to be like... Ooh. I just have to be like, well, it's the best I've ever had. Oh, we have access to Pyramid Fairy now. Though also, for your point, I don't imagine that there's, like, a superior ice cream place in, like, I don't know, Medicine Hat. One of the smaller places, you know? I'm like, why do I have 2 Discord notifications? And one of them is a response to a message I sent someone earlier I haven't chatted with in a while, so it was one of those, I just want to touch bases, you know? And the other one I'm guessing is from Leshy's server, who we will undoubtedly be raiding at the end of the stream. That makes sense. Oh, I did see that Leshy was like, I'm tired, I don't know what we're streaming, but we're going to do something easy. Are they just not streaming at all, or is it like just an easy game? Easy chill game. Not streaming on Twitch. Okay, so like a... Okay, like a movie or something on their server. Okay. Then I will not be raiding Leshy at the end of the stream. Alright, here we have bee in a bottle, and... Ooh! You know what? Bee, exit your bottle. I want to find out what the Pyramid Fairy has for me. A bee in a bottle! Oh man! Just what I always wanted. Okay, where are my last crystals? God. I have to go do Turtle Rock, I guess. This is miserable. Wait. I haven't even found the lamp yet. I don't have flippers. You know what? I'm going to town. I'm going to town. I'm going to do hammer pegs. No! Bastard. Yeah, I'm like, what did I not do that I could do? I did front of escape, I did back, I left that one chest. Oh, I finished Thieves Town, I killed Blind. Like, the last item, the last chest in the dungeon has the small key that you need to gain access to the room. So it can't be that. God, I did leave an item behind in Tower of Hera. Alright, I'll do hammer pegs, and then I will go check that. Quake! Oh man, okay. Oh, this is... Because Quake is what I needed to get into Misery Mire. Okay, now I have 2 dungeons I could conceivably do. Oh boy. This is a difficult call, but I know I'll be able to see for most of this dungeon, so maybe I'll... Yeah, okay. Light World. We'll go up the mountain. We'll check the basement of Hera. God, people were like cursing the seed for like double dips. If I have to double dip Turtle Rock to get things, I'll do it, I guess. I just don't want to do Turtle Rock in the dark. There's one room that's dark, and it sucks to do in the dark. No fairies. Don't touch me, ball. A line like that, I could be Fabian Seacaster. Put that down. Alright, now we take a break and have a drink. Okay. I still have one cat in the room. She is sleeping. Hello, Peaches. I had the fire rod for a while, so this could be the lamp. It's 10 arrows. Okay. Excuse me, dead rocks. Come back here, fairy. Okay. Alright. I think this one was ether? Let's find out. Yeah! I'm gonna have a look in here. I mean, there's the one room. There's just the one room in this place that sucks to do in the dark. Otherwise, it's okay. So in theory, I can do most of this. And if I find flippers, then that's good. Arrows is in plain sight. That's not helpful. I'm going to check the one chest over here. For the big key. Okay. Then we'll go around to the other side. Still need the red cane, because I need to make another platform right there. And into the pit we go, I guess? Small key. Map. Oh, don't do this to me. I don't want to have to do the room in the dark. Oh, the game wants me to suffer. At least I have a good sword and decent armor, so hopefully I don't die horribly. No, okay. Chain chomps do so much damage. I mean, they should. They can one-shot an Italian plumber in his base form. Also, with no powder, I don't have access to easy health refills in this dungeon. So that's going to be a bit of a drag. There we go. Ugh, fine. Bunny me. Should be in a band with a dude named Echo. If anybody's gonna get that joke, it's gonna be Tona. The flippers! You missed it. So, I'm playing as a bunny sprite, right? And when the bunny beam hits the bunny sprite, it just turns him into a bunny with no clothes on. And so what I said was, bunny me, I may as well be in a band with a guy named Echo. I know this style of music isn't quite your wheelhouse, but... Okay, am I the only one in the stream who is familiar with the band Echo and the Bunnymen? Wow, okay, fair enough. They are a prolific 80s indie group thing. One of their songs wound up in the Donnie Darko soundtrack. I'm suddenly very glad that I picked up potions, because I'm going into a dark room with fire bars, and it's gonna suck. Also, yes, appropriate. Because of Frank. But also, like, yeah, the soundtrack for that movie is all 80s music. With the exception of one song, which is not an 80s song itself, but is in fact a cover of an 80s song. At one point, my friend Erica was, like, talking about it. His music in general. Excuse me? Excuse me. Drinking a potion. Down a little. You know what? That room didn't suck nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna. Anyway, yeah, so she was talking about it, and she mentioned the song Mad World from it, which is the song that is a cover. And I'm like, oh yeah, I love that song. She's like, yeah, Gary Jules is really good. And I'm like, he didn't write it. That's a Tears for Fears song, poser. So many bottles. He just took this song that was like catchy and very 80s, and then he made it sad. He sang like he was very depressed, and then there was just somebody did the most magical thing with his version of the song. They just set. Somebody had like you know the baggage carousels at the airport where the luggage just goes around in circles? Somebody took like a wall-mounted dildo and stuck it on the track. And somebody just like filmed it going around and played the very depressed version of Mad World over it. And I lose it every time I see it. It showed up on Tumblr a few times. I'm like, yes. Don't you do it! I will have to listen to the Gears of War 3 trailer, because if it's the same Mad World, I will be entertained. Yeah, confession time, I actually fucking love Tears for Fears. Also, it's fucked up. So, logically speaking, I can't have needed to do this dungeon. At least not the last part of it here. Getting the flippers should have been, logically, the point where I dip out and go do Swamp Palace. Because I don't need... the lamp to do Swamp Palace. I do need the lamp to do Turtle Rock and Misery Mire, technically. But because I was able to do that room in the dark, we're fine. God, I think this is the second week in a row where I've had, like, the requirement for Swamp Palace be the main stumbling block for getting the game finished. Like, technically, Technically, I could, in theory, navigate the rooms in the dark in Misery Mire. I don't want to, but I technically could. It's difficult. So in theory, I am sort of in go mode now. I'm in tentative go mode, but a very insufferable go mode. You guys, don't dodge all of my attacks. Come on. Compass, okay. Yes, we are still technically in an item search. Though I will say, I am absolutely vindicated in pedestal. I think, anyway. Absolutely believe I was on the right track. Come on. This is supposed to work. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the folks who can do Misery Mire comfortably in the dark are going to have an advantage over me, because they will have gone straight there. Or they'll have come here and, like, skipped straight to the boss when they could. Big key? Alright. Like, in theory, I could go fight the boss right now. I could be shaving an eyeball in seconds. Heart. And, you know, I'm actually... God, no. I'm gonna check the right side. Actually, no, you know what? I am gonna go straight to the boss. I can come back into the dungeon if the back of the dungeon doesn't have the lamp. It's fine, actually. That's not what I wanted to hit him with. Whatever. Alright. Okay. One more chest in the back here. Map. Okay. That does mean that the boss has an item, as does both chests on the left side. So unless the boss gives me the lamp, I'm coming back in. Which means I am going to want to grab this key. Alright, eyeball shaving time, here we go. Ow. Excuse me? How did I thread the needle on that? Fire rod. Alright. Lamp. Lamp. Heart. I got so much goddamn health. Alright, like I said, I'm gonna go back in. There's 2 more chests to open. They're both items. We'll see what I find. So I had a weird thought the other day as I was waiting for the bus. Okay. So the Warcraft players in the room are familiar, I'm sure, with the zone Westfall. It's the area that falls in the west. Now, you know, I don't know why, I was just like, you know, thinking that's kind of a, you know, it's a very on-the-nose name. You know, somebody didn't think too hard when they were coming up with that one, right? And then you know what I realized? The route number 10 went by, which goes to Westfall. I'm like, oh right, we do have a Westfall here too. I guess it's a realistic name after all. I did this wrong. Except the Westfall here is spelled with a PH. No. That'll do. No, that didn't do. Okay. That was all human error, though. There we go. Okay. Grab this key. The switch resets, and off we go. Oh god, 2 people finished while I wasn't looking. Taco and Sir Link-a-Lot. And Sartaz and Servo. Okay, 4 people finished. Wow. God damn, just all at the same time. 151, 151 and 6 seconds, 151, 28 seconds, 151 and 34 seconds. They are well grouped up. Okay. Let's see if my efforts are for nothing. 50 bucks. Okay. My efforts were slightly for nothing. But that's fine. It just means that I'll probably find the lamp in the front of Misery Mire. There's not a lot of other places it could be. I've been everywhere. I even did the basement in Hera. Quake. Yeah, the race room is full of people being like, how the fuck did we do that? I'm like, you know what? Props to them. These are our ringers. If I may use that term. Wah! You need to die too. Okay. Path to the end is open. Well, the path to the interior is open. So I'm not... I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm go-moding this place because I do want the lamp. And it's kind of got to be in here. There's the... Okay. Alright. Lamp and Mire. They wanted you to double dip Turtle Rock so bad. And the fact is, I haven't seen another bow yet. So I think I was correct in getting that bow. This is slightly longer than I usually take on these. We're almost at 2 hours now, and that's usually about my benchmark. But also I've had to do every dungeon. So that's acceptable. Ow. Ow. I'm getting bullied. Okay, I want my hammer so I can do this move. This move. Oh, butter sword. Interesting. You know what? I don't need to do that. I can walk around. Kill that guy, hit that switch again, because I actually want it to be blue. Fire rod to light these torches. Ow. Map. Are they going to give me vanilla big key in this place? It's beginning to look a lot like vanilla big key. I think there's only 2 chests I can open. The one that's vanilla big key location, which is where I'm going right now, and one that's got a small key usually. So if this long-ass cutscene chest doesn't have it, then I guess I'm going to the other place. Okay, we jump in the pit. Compass. Okay, well, we know where the chest is. Or we know where the key is with the big... We know what chest has the key. Those are the words I'm trying to put in that order. With the blue switch down, I can just go up here. No, I can't. I don't have a small key for that door. Which means... God. Okay. I gotta go through this way. And I don't have the big key, so I can't open the big chest. The big chest will certainly have a small key in it. Big key? Big key. The fact that I know what's in that other chest means I'm not going to bother with it. I don't need another small key. It's for the door that was right there. Ow. Okay, now into the basement, which is dark. This is the place I did not want to have to do without the lamp. I need to place that block precisely on that switch. If you don't, you can't get through. Then you need to navigate through this room, which I probably would have forgotten about. Then there's this room with this spike you need to avoid. Once you've avoided the spike, cycle through your items to get to something to hit that switch, which you can at least see in the dark, so that is one thing. Then you got this room. You need to find the bombable section of the wall in the north end of the room. Go through, hit another crystal switch. Then you need to dodge those anti-fairies and go through the door on the left, and then the lights are back on. All of that, I would have had to do all of that in the dark if I had not had the lamp. And that's why I dislike doing this dungeon in the dark. Now fortunately... Well... As I was saying, fortunately, I have Butter Sword, so this boss is actually going to be pretty easy. Actually, I don't know how many spin attacks this guy takes. There we have it, definitive proof that the arrows do more damage than the Butter Sword. And he drops a small key. Small key? Game, you're making me question things. Okay, if the big chest has the silver arrows, I'll survive without them. I have all of the crystals, I'm going up the mountain. Not going back in there. I can do Buttersword Ganon, no problem. Ah, immediately hit. Okay. We're going to use the Turtle Rock portal because I believe Paradox Cave is faster to ascend than the Super Bunny Cave. I'm also going to do this. I have a fairy for a bottle now. They are very useful. Ow. Ah. Being picked on. Hey, what's my tier 3 tree pole? Bombs. Okay. Certainly didn't need those. But it's very whatever. I am 3 heart pieces away from having all of the health in the game. This is ridiculous. All right. We are going to officially bunny this dungeon. What does that mean? I have no idea. The fact that so many people finished at the same time, it tells me that a fairly standard run in this dungeon is probably what they all did. So I'm going to do those 2 chests on the right, and then I'm going to do the normal chest check on the left. I believe the left has more chests than the right. Which means your odds of finding the big key are higher over here. Map. Okay. Small key. And a heart piece. Okay. Get out of there. Bah! You know what? I saw somebody do this earlier. Okay, that is slightly faster. I have to remember that for the future. $20. Come on. Well, not bad. $20. Let's get bombs out, because I have a wall I gotta blow up in a moment. Ooh, that Ganon, he makes me hoppin' mad. I'm sure the number of hop puns are limited. What's Link's favorite drink made with its hops? Alright, I'll bonk across that. And, we still don't have silver arrows. Small key. Oh, come on! I know you're just doing your Zootopia thing. No, don't split up, guys. Okay, that's all my arrows. Let's see what I have in this room as a reward for all that. Red mail, okay. Silver arrows. Oh my god, silver arrows were in Ganon's tower. You needed the pedestal. Absolutely called. I'm vindicated. Oh, I don't have any empty bottles. That's because they got bees in them. Ugh, whatever. It's fine. I don't need bees. I should be mirroring, not walking back. Alright. My initial theory about item placement in Ganon's tower following standard layout was incorrect. The big key is somewhere on the right. Let's hang out here. This is the chest everybody likes to skip, because you have to wait for this room to finish throwing its floor at you. You also wind up turned into a bunny, and there's a wall master pestering you. Kara just finished as well with a time of 2:08 and 32 seconds. Okay. You hit me. 20 bucks. Alright. That was a waste of time. Excuse me? Okay. What do you have? 4 chests in here. A compass. 10 arrows. 300 rupees. And the big key. Alright, let's get out of here. We're going to the roof. No! Excuse me? Okay, guys. Are you... There we go. I'm also going to grab arrows. Oh, that was pretty clean almost. That was intentional. I wanted the invincibility frames. Oh hey, full magic. Just in time. I was like, I need magic. Oh, come back here, weird creature thing. What the hell are these things? With no way to turn that thing into a fairy. Well, we're already off to a sterling start with this fight. Alright, arrows? Arrows. I want the red cane now. Excuse me. You are not allowed to dodge. You are a wizrobe. I'm not done with the red cane. I just wanted to be able to grab those arrows. Like, do I want that health? A little bit, but also I don't need it. I have, I believe, 2 potions and a fairy? The fairy will bring me back to life if things go, sideways. I may only have 1 potion. I probably drank the other blue one when I was in Turtle Rock. I definitely drank a blue potion when I was in Turtle Rock. It's fine. Look, there's health right here. And also this full magic to replace all of that magic I just used. Just in time, because there's 4 torches to light here. Very nice of Ganon to provide me with a full magic refill right before I needed to light 4 torches. $20, okay. Now normally, this room is useful for getting health back. I don't want that chest. There's nothing that could be in it that I really need. Except for maybe a heart piece to round out my bases. I'll check this one. $20. Okay. I like to stun that first one because he gets in the way otherwise. Alright, let's fuck up a wizard for the first time. Because I didn't fight him the other time. 1 hit. Just need 6 more of those. 3 hits. 3 more to go. No! There we go. Okay, Aga, taken care of. Easy peasy. Alright, now we just summon our bird. Which doesn't exist in the Dark World, but here we are. And, down we go. Gonna fight a bat. Are you a type of board game that I've never understood the rules to? Because you're backgammon. Terrible. I'm not concerned about my health because I have a fairy. You know what? I also have a cape. Does anybody know the rules to backgammon? I've never played. Oh no, silver, he says. Ugh! Well, I got the torch glitch at least. Alright, he's dead. Oh, Saku just finished. Okay, I'm gonna be coming in not last. Alright, through the door we go. And I hit the done button. We are done. Ganon is dead. Saku and I finished around the same time. It's fine. Yeah. So we have, there's 2 more people still going. Maid and Steve. Okay. Now what an interesting seed that was. Required pedestal seed. But you wouldn't know it because a lot of people would gamble on finding another bow somewhere else. Or at least I would think people would gamble on finding another bow somewhere else. Sally Acorn's home. Very nice. Yeah, you would think more people would gamble on finding a bow somewhere else. But, apparently, they realized, maybe as early as I did, that maybe this would be a good idea to get the pedestal. God, and the witch having the hammer was just the trolliest pick, because, like, when you have both the mushroom and the red cane, and you know you can't get the powder, you're like, I only have one shot at getting whatever the bat has. And if what the bat has is required, I don't want to have to fight Aghanim. So, this seed had some twists and turns. The stick and twine sleeps again forever. Or at least until 5 years later when Ocarina of Time comes out. That was 96, wasn't it? I'll Google that real quick. Um, 98. I'm off by 2 years. 7 years later, the Master Sword is reawoken. But you know what? It's the Ocarina of Time, so who's to say what sort of time scale this is working on? There, I made it work. Alright, time, stuff, found, things. 22 minutes for the first sword, 22 minutes for the flute, 33 minutes for the mirror. We're working in multiples of 11 here. 1 swordless boss kill. That was a silly thing I did. 2 fighter sword kills, 4 master sword kills, 2 tempered sword, 3 gold sword. I killed somebody on every level of armedness. I don't think I've seen that before. Interesting. 58 bonks, despite the fact that I was purposely trying to bonk less. I took a lot more damage than I usually do. No deaths, no fairy revivals, though I was, you know, counting on a fairy just in case. Yeah, 197 out of 216. That's gonna happen when you have to do all the dungeons. 2 hours, 15 minutes, 36 seconds. Or, according to the race room, 2 hours, 17 minutes, 43 seconds. I was literally a minute and 2 seconds behind Saku. The only thing I didn't get was the powder, and I know exactly where it was. God, and I was only missing one more heart piece in order to get all of the hearts in the game. That's ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. But, you know, still, I had fun, and the fact that I was like, I called needing that bow, and I went and got it, I'm happy with that call. Speaking of calls, that is where we're going to call the video for YouTube, at least. Say goodbye to YouTube, chat. Goodbye, YouTube.